I think this is the first time I've woken up to actually being in rain since I left Plymouth on the 9th of May. So I can't complain really. It's just been so fortunate with the great weather. And right now it's only kind of a little bit miserly. It's not exactly pouring down, but I rather expect I'll get very wet if I hung around outside for too long. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and the lock gates don't open until 11. So what better to do than go to Wetherspoons for breakfast. I don't know why, but it always seems compulsory to kick shells into the sea. It's usually mussel shells, so mussel shells. Must be morning, not awake yet. Look at the lock gates here, actually. They have holes in them. They're getting replaced. That's what the harbour master said to me. He said the lock gates are getting replaced at a cost of 1 point however many million, and so that's why they're not giving me a discount of any rate today. But I have to say, I have been overwhelmed by the kind generosity of many people who have more than covered tonight's stay in Arbroath. So I'm just going to pop over there to the harbour office now and pay my dues. Thank you to all of you who've contributed. I've messaged you all individually anyway. I really appreciate it. You're amazing. Thank you. Well, I would pay my dues. The door's open, there's nobody in. So I'll just merry my way to Wetherspoons then. I mean, seriously, for £3.40, you can't go wrong. But while I'm here, I also have internet access, which means I can check the wind as that moves forward. I can see that it's pointing exactly to where I want to go, boo hiss, and the inshore weather forecast, which tells me, whilst it's pointing exactly where I want it to go, the sea's going to be fine, but I am going to get wet. And actually looking out of this window here, I think that's a given. Yeah, there's too many people just avoiding the rain. So I think I'll have another refill. Here's an interesting fact, if you can read it through the reflections. Thomas Becket was murdered in Canterbury Cathedral, and Arbroath was dedicated to him. Come for a bit of a dreary walk through Arbroath, but I've noticed that the charity shops are closing. I don't know what that means for a city. I mean, normally it goes from a busy high street to lots of charity shops, and then what happens when the charity shops close? What does that mean for Arbroath? Never thought about that really, but cancer research was also closed. Interesting. There is some beautiful architecture here though. I think it's just a reminder to not forget to look up when you're in a big city, or any city really, and have a look at what people used to make. And if you wanted to, you can buy Erskine House, which was clearly a church. I reckon you'd get a fair few bedrooms in there. A brilliant thing for Arbroath, however, is the fact that it still has banks. A TSB, a Bank of Scotland, and a Royal Bank of Scotland, all next to each other. Well done, Arbroath. I think you're probably one of the few remaining places in the UK that actually has a bank. And as well as banks, it has plenty of places to get your Arbroath smokies. But you can keep your Arbroath smokies. Had one yesterday. Everyone, have an Arbroath smoky. Don't have an Arbroath smoky. I mean, I like cod. Cod's a lovely fish. Why you want to make it taste of diesel, I've got absolutely no idea. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the smoky. Sorry, Arbroath. But if you did want to try one, well, there's Arbroath Smokies there behind me. There's Smokies shop there. There's a Smokies shop up there. Down another 2 Smokies shops. Plenty of Smokies. Right, let's go and see if these people are ready to take my payment. Right, well, there we go. My dues are paid. And there's a lovely little harbour. And it also has a really interesting board. Now, I've just learned. I learned lots. And I'll take a picture of this and freeze it for you. Here. You had to pause that if you wanted to read it all. But there was a Scottish King William the Lion. I've heard of Richard the Lionheart, but never William the Lion. Well, would you look at that? The sun is shining. So I've got myself a new pair of shorts and a new clean shirt. I've been for a shower and a shave. Can't think of anything else to alliterate with that, so I'm going to have a cup of tea now and probably get myself going in about 40 minutes or so. When I was planning this journey, I put a comment on one of the many Facebook groups to do with sailing, and somebody said they get fed up of people just going straight past Dee and Tayport and areas like that. So I thought, right, well, I'll send them a message, send Tayport a message and see what happens. Apparently what happens is people just go straight across Arbroath and down, and they miss out all of this lovely cruising area. Well, I don't have that much time to go cruising around here, really, but I thought I'll give Tayport a call. I'm actually really looking forward to visiting Tayport because the harbour master there, Steve, has just been so communicative and has been following me as well. So he messaged me when I was in Stonehaven and said, oh, that will be you next to that catamaran. So I guess he saw me on the CCTV or webcams that are there. But the bar is really interesting. When you look at tide tables, Tayport Bar is mentioned in them, and this is all this area here, which you can see is super shallow or even drying. So I need to make sure that I've got tide that will help me in there, which it is doing at the moment, and I'm leaving very soon, so hopefully still will be. But then as you come into Tayport Marina, come on, there we go. You can see that is drying, and I was really worried about that. But apparently it's just all been dredged. So as soon as I've had my cup of tea, I'll probably be putting my lines off and leaving, because I believe the gates open in 27 minutes. A few people have asked me about this song that you're about to listen to while I leave Arbroath. I can't say that I have 100% in it, but I had it created. It's all about how I find a lot of peace and wholeness when I'm in creation, and thankfulness to the Creator. So here you go.
I walk where the salt meets stone, bare feet on the silver foam. Seagrass sways in the morning light, and I breathe in the world made right. I have felt my edges fray, like driftwood worn by the waves. But the cedar and the cedar scented wind teach me how to mend again. In the hush of the shore, I hear you more in the breaking blue. only beauty can understand. In the hush of the shore, I hear you more. In the breaking blue, you make me new. Lord, carry me through life, sustain me in your light, guide my steps, my choice, my heart, make me live to honor you. Lord, carry me through life, when I fall, hold me up tight, lead me where your glory grows, Creator, keep me close. If I am cracked, you are the seam. If I am empty, you are the stream. Every wave returns to the deep, and still you carry what you keep. Lord, carry me through life, sustain me in your light, guide my steps, my choice, my heart, make me live to honor you. Lord, carry me through life, when I fall, hold me up tight, lead me where your glory grows, Creator, keep me close.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. As much, maybe if not more, than I'm enjoying this sail. Because as soon as I got out of the harbour, the sails went up. You can see by the angle of the horizon there that I'm leaning over quite a lot, but in 22 knots of wind, I'm managing to get 4.5 knots across the ground. I'm not quite going in the right direction, but I'm close enough to take that distance hit and enjoy free travel. The wind has blown up quite a bit, and I just heard on the radio that there's been a mayday. A couple of kayakers got caught up outside Arbroath. A couple of fishing vessels went to the rescue, and as did the lifeboats. The Arbroath team there relayed stuff on. Anyway, the kayakers have been rescued, which is pretty good, because I was 4 miles away. I could have turned around and got to them, but I do about 4 miles an hour, so they would have been in the water for an hour. But thankfully within 10 minutes somebody picked them up and got them to shore. That's really good news, so well done RNLI, well done Coast Guard, thank you very much. I want to show you what my track is at the moment. I often talk about my purple line, which is the ideal line that I need to take. I show you the red line, which is where I'm actually going right now, and then there's also the yellow line of actually where I have been. So let's just have a little look at this. So you can see there the yellow line. That, oh, sorry. You know, I am getting thrown around by the waves. Oh, hang on.
Aberdeen Coast Guard, time 1108. Capsized kayaker off Arbroath Cliffs. Kayaker recovered safe and well by Arbroath inshore lifeboat. No further assistance required. Delon spinning.
That's good. You can see the yellow angle. That is as close as I can get to the wind, which is coming roughly from the purple line, but the elements are pushing me around all over. So I don't know. I don't really want to be getting in there at 8:30 tonight. Maybe if I can put another turn in, I'll get there earlier. But let's see, I'll wait until my... getting thrown around all over, sorry about that. I'll wait until my little red arrow point is on my purple line. I'm going to turn. I'll probably go the same way as this first yellow line here. I might get close, I might not. But these are the battles that you have to face. I've heard it many times. Decide where you want to go on a sailing boat and point the boat any other direction than that one. As the hours rolled by, the wind got stronger and the waves got bigger, causing more and more spray to come over the deck. I understand it's perhaps a little ironic when I talk about the beginning of this video, how being in nature makes me feel complete. Yet right now, being in nature is really giving me a bit of a battering. And as the day went on, I got more and more tired as the sailing got harder and harder. Yet it's not just being in nature and being in creation that sustains me. I think it's being close to the Creator himself that sustains me, no matter what situation I find myself in. Wind's up at 31 knots now. It's not great. "32 knots. I think I need to reef a bit more, mate. The sail's even smaller. So now the sails are too small to actually steer the boat properly until I've got some speed. And I haven't got any speed because I made the sails too small. Which means I need to go further away from the wind, which takes me further away from where I want to go. See if I've got enough speed there. No! I'm going to cheat and turn the engine on. Enjoying that. Hey. And neither am I. So I think it's time just to motor towards my destination, put the sails away, just get there. Okay, it's calmed down a little bit. Let's go upstairs and have a look. You ready? What can we see? Ah! Look. We're gonna have some good reactions as well. Whoever it was who said they don't understand why people don't come up the Tay, I think I've worked out why people don't come up the Tay. This is a long battle, and these waves, because Tay goes from shallow and deep, and there's a lot of bars in here and shallow areas, it really is hard work. And when the wind blows up to 30 knots, which it has been doing, the autopilot, well mine anyway, can't cope. It blows the front of the boat, turns us right around, no matter how much the autopilot tries to keep it straight. So then I have to do it by hand. which is okay. I've been doing it for 2 hours now, and I'm tired. Anyway, chin up, have a look at these waves. I would say that they are bordering on certainly moderate. When the sun comes out though, it's a really pretty place. Well, I don't think I've ever been more happy to get somewhere than just getting into this little area. And if I'd have known I had this much beautiful space in this much peace and calm, I wouldn't have put my fenders up and out just now as I have done out there in the rough stuff. Anyway, here I am. I am wrecked. So what time is it now? It is now 3 hours after I came in to this port, and it was really nice, flat water, but the wind was still blowing strong, and where the boat is now I was getting blown off the pontoon, so it took me 3 attempts to get onto the pontoon. But it's pouring down with rain right now. It didn't pour down with rain the whole day, which I'm glad about, because I don't think I could have coped very well with rain and all of those bumpiness. So I wasn't sick. Hooray! Oh my goodness. Right, so I'm here in Tayport Marina. I'm very, very thankful to Steve, the harbour master, for giving me a couple of sponsored nights. I'm probably going to need tomorrow to dry out all my bedding, because Dum here didn't close the front hatch and the waves were coming up over the front of the boat and straight onto the bed. So thankfully I do have a little bit of spare bedding, but I'm going to have to dry. I'll wash and dry maybe if I get a chance. Thank you very much for watching. It was all a little bit bitty, apart from maybe the beginning where the weather was calm. Have a great day. Maybe see you tomorrow, but to be honest I'll probably just stay here in Tayport and rest, because that was tiring. Bye bye.